May 1st, 2006. From Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles, millions of Latinos flood the streets in protest. It came to be known as the Day Without Immigrants.
Fue un momento extraordinario, tal vez el momento más impresionante del movimiento inmigrante en los Estados Unidos en toda la historia. Más de 3 millones de personas nos movilizamos en todo el país con el objetivo bien claro de parar una legislación antimigrante que básicamente criminalizaba a todas las personas que trabajábamos con los inmigrantes indocumentados.
Gustavo Torres is the director of Casa de Maryland, an organization that provides free legal services to immigrants. He was one of many that took to the streets to protest the Sessenbrenner bill, a legislative proposal to criminalize any aid given to undocumented immigrants. The Senate eventually rejected the Sessenbrenner bill. For many analysts, this victory was a clear sign of the growing political power of the Latino community. Latinos are the fastest growing ethnic group in the United States. Between 2000 and 2014, the Latino population boomed from 35 to 55 million people. Today, Latinos make up 17% of the US population and have become the largest ethnic minority. The US Latino population is larger than that of almost every Latin American country. Only Brazil and Mexico have larger populations. However, this impressive demographic power has yet to translate into real political power. Latinos are a highly diverse population with diverse needs, from the highly educated urban communities in Miami to agricultural workers in some of the poorest areas of the country. And even when a large part of the community has rallied behind one unified cause, such as immigration reform, it has not accomplished its goals. In 2008, presidential candidate Barack Obama ran on the promise of comprehensive immigration reform and won 66% of the Latino vote.
And they need us to enact comprehensive immigration reform once and for all. We can't wait 20 years from now to do it. We can't wait 10 years from now to do it. We need to do it by the end of my first term as President of the United States of America.
However, President Obama did not follow through. Despite having a majority in Congress during his first term, Obama put all his political weight behind the Affordable Care Act. Instead of passing immigration reform, he earned himself the nickname Deporter-in-Chief. During his time in office, more than 2 million undocumented immigrants have been deported. Roberto Suro, a professor at the University of Southern California, told us that one of the biggest challenges the Latino community faces is that its numbers do not reflect its true political power.
Hay una matemática muy básica que ha reducido el poder político de los latinos. Empiezo con el hecho que de la población se tiene que sustraer todos los que no son ciudadanos. Y también se tiene que reducir por todos los que no tienen 18 años. Y encima de eso, muchos latinos que se podrían ser ciudadanos no lo han hecho. Y muchos latinos que son ciudadanos y podían votar, no votan. Entonces, 40 millones de personas que son latinos, que son parte del triunfo demográfico, no cuentan en las elecciones porque no votan.
Of the 55 million Latinos in the US, only 26 million are eligible to vote. While this is still an impressive number, an even smaller percentage actually participate in the US elections. In the 2014 legislative elections, for example, only 27% of eligible Latino voters cast a ballot, compared to 47% of white voters. But it's not just at the polls. Latino representation in political leadership is not proportional to their population. In 2015, only 33 of 485 members of Congress were Latino, and only 2 out of 50 US governors. Many of the prominent Latino politicians, like Marco Rubio or Ted Cruz, have failed to gain the support of the community.
Su mensaje y sus políticas son dañinos para nuestra comunidad. Vemos al senador Cruz, por ejemplo, peor que Trump, diciendo que no solamente los va a deportar, pero que va a cerrar totalmente la frontera. Es un latino falso, definitivamente. Nosotros, en nuestras comunidades, siempre hemos tenido personas que nos traicionan. Y para mí, este senador es un latino que nos está traicionando como comunidad.
The increasing polarization within the Republican Party has left the Latino community in a difficult position, with few political options. In 2016, presidential candidate Donald Trump called Mexicans criminals and rapists, promised to build a wall between the US and Mexico, and push forward an aggressive anti-immigrant agenda. In spite of his attacks against the largest racial minority in the US, Donald Trump won the presidency. It seems that for now, the electoral power of the Latino community in the US continues to be a myth. This is Caraballo-Torres reporting for Efecto Naim.